Naimbag nga rabi, katagiti kakailyan tayo. Especially hota kakaidyang kon ibukot. I am Kevin Claude Beray from the land of Tinudok and Tilapia, the humble municipality of Bukod.
Maptang Jadabison si Kata Junamin, si Kak si Camille Jade Modipolo, 22 years old, from the Sulphur Spring of Benguet, Bukod.
Good evening, everyone. I am David Clark Pikpikan from the Salad Bowl of the North, and I'm from Bugias.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gian Marie Amuasan Tukias, and I am proudly representing the lands of Clouds and Rain, Bugias.
All right, so welcome Mr. and Miss Bukod and Mr. and Miss Bugias. Kinakabahan po? It doesn't show. You are both beautiful and handsome men and women here right now. Okay, so nabayag na nagkadkadwa kayo niya since the start of since the orientation up to now, and we have witnessed you with your socialization with each other. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so I would like to ask, anya the favorite nga part you joining this Mr. and Miss Benguet from the orientation up until now? Mr. Bukod.
And of course, the camaraderie. My favorite part was our trip to Kabayan and Atok, the immersions. And because we were given the chance to bond, with my brothers, with my kakabsats. And for me, dun palang panalo na kami. And yung winning the title is just the bonus. And I really treasure the times that I had with my kakabsats, my brothers. That is for me something I will cherish even after this pageant.
Exactly. So iba talaga yung camaraderie natin pag nasa labas tayo, no? Compared dito sa Palispis Hall. Okay, yes. And since we have heard the version of the men, how about the women? Miss Bugias.
The part that I have enjoyed since I have joined this pageantry, this Mr. and Miss Benguet, is our training, our practice here at Ben Palispis Hall. Because when we started practicing our production, we had we always try to improve one another. We always lift up the confidence of every other candidates. That's it.
Thank you very much. Ayan, tanungin naman natin si Mr. Bugias. Kung sabi ni Miss Bugias, lifting each other's confidence, ano naman yung masasabi natin sa question ni Miss Carino?
During our practices, I see that the empathy of the candidate to their co-candidates is the best thing that I've seen. I see how they care each other to their partners and to their co-candidates. One time I see that when they are late, how are you guys? Where are you going? What time are you coming? Come, let's go. And then I can see that when someone is not here, when they are sick, they are caring for each other. How are you, bro? Are you okay? They give some food, some water, and that's the best part that I've seen this pageant.
Thank you, Mr. Bugias. Mr. Bukod, speaking of the answer of Mr. Bugias, kanino ka wag mo akong tignan ng ganyan. Sige, who do you think, sino sa mga kandidato ng Mr. and Miss Benguet ka nagkaroon ng strong friendship?
Oh, I really think sa lahat but if I were given a chance to choose, that would be definitely Mr. Tublay and Mr. Itogon. Yan, kasi I already knew them prior to this pageant. And I think from that, established na yung connection namin. And one thing is, we are Ibaloys. Ayan, so, syempre, during the first parts of this pageant, hahanapin mo yung kung saan ka belong. Hahanapin mo talaga kung saan yung mga makaka-relate ka. So, kudos to my brothers, Mr. Tublay and Mr. Itogon. And sa lahat din. I really appreciate you guys.
Right. Akala ko sasabihin niya, hahanapin ko si Silver. Hindi siya candidate. Okay, kidding aside, how about Miss Bukod?
I think the person I connected to is Miss Atok, Miss Rica Faye Acosta. She is a very jolly person, wala siyang arte, and I can really connect myself to her. We are both loud, and that's the best part of her, and I really love her. Thank you, sis. Love you.
Ayun. More votes from Atok. For Miss Bukod. Ayan. Kanina ba tayo English ng English dito, no? You can actually answer in your local language, no? Our online community naman po, I'm sure they can understand, no? Yung ating local languages. So speaking of local languages, this is a question for everyone, no? What local terminology or what local word would best describe you as a person? Starting off with Miss Bugyas.
The local word that would describe me is nataraki. Of course, we know that Igorots are nataraki, especially when it comes to joining occasions. Okay, even if we are not invited, we would go and then have happy times, of course, and then join with them. So that's it. I would describe myself as nataraki.
Day Tati Igorota Nataraki Awante Artina. Okay, well, thank you so much, Miss Bugyas. And how about Mr. Bugyas?
I have a word for that one. There's a word in Kankanai which means translate to thank you. And I describe myself as thank you in English, but in Kankanai it's called namwao. Thank you because I am blessed in this life. Hindi po ako pinanganak na mayaman, but I was given the chance, the opportunity to prove myself that I can do things and I can learn things. And also I can share my passion and what I've learned at school to other people. And I'm very thankful because despite adversities I face, I was given to be part of MMB and be part of this life.
Wow, Mr. Bugyas, you are such a humble person. And Mr. Bukod?
Ayan, I would like to use a word, an Ikara word, because we are both from Carao. Ayan. I would use the word karikawa. Karikawa is connotes to the Wainas D of the Kankanai. Ayan. I'm not using that word because I'm a happy-go-lucky guy or a bahala na mindset guy, but it keeps me grounded. You know, the karikawa makes me think that dapat they I'm sorry. The karikawa word makes me think na worry of day to day na hindi dapat problemahin yung next day. Dapat we focus on the present. Yan, that's the word. I'm sorry. We focus on the present and it keeps me grounded na I don't panic for what's about to happen in the future.
Syempre, we focus on you, Charis. We focus on the present, syempre, because the present has an impact on the future. Tama? Karikawa, no? That sounds Japanese. Karikawa. Karikawa. Charis. Okay, tanongin naman natin si Miss Bukod.
Okay, so my word is marikit. So nang kamarikit naman ikaigurutan agpaiso, wen agpaiso. So I chose the word marikit. It compasses the physical aspects of the body, but it is also the inner beauty that is found inside, and I think that is really important, not just the physical but the inner beauty, being a humble queen, being someone who does not treat this Mr. and Miss Benguet as a competition but as a friendly competition. Thank you.
Ayun, Marikit. Marikit si Benguet. Actually, that song comes from Bukod. Written by your uncle? Uncle Raul Biray, the one of the most popular local artists of the Cordillera. And thank you very much. Now, let's proceed to answering the questions from our online viewers. Starting off with a question from Mr. Roden Montero Simeon. And this question goes for Ms. Bugyas. I think Simeon also comes from Bugyas. The question is, should President BBM be visiting our province? How will you explain to him the word kanyao?
I'm going to explain to him the word kanyao by showing it to him, by performing the dance kanyao, so that he will be able to understand through the movements of the performers. That way, he will really see what it means. That's
All right, thank you so much, Miss Bugias. So, I'm confident na pag in-explain mo yan sa kanya, maiintindihan niya yan. Okay, so we have another question from Lena B. Yani. Okay, so for this question goes to Mr. Bugias. Okay, so question, what is better, a woman with a beauty or with brain? Why?
Beauty and brain parallel to each other. It doesn't mean that a person is not beautiful when she's not aesthetically part of your standard. Everybody is beautiful and everybody is brainy. Maybe the part of the intelligence that we see is not on par on what we have. So we say that she's not beautiful, she's not handsome, or like that one, because we can't understand a person. Everybody have their own beauty and everybody have their own intelligence. So we should not underestimate everybody, because everybody have the right to be who they are and to be beautiful and be brainy in their own way.
Ayan, thank you very much, Mr. Bukod. Mr. Bugias. Ngayon, let's proceed to Mr. Bukod naman. Okay, this question comes from Nicole Kate Gusgos. Ayan, baliktarin ko yung tanong mo, no, kasi this is for a woman and we're interviewing Mr. Bukod. The question would be, does a man sacrifice more than a woman?
Oh, I'm actually familiar with the one who asked the question. Thank you, Miss Nicole.
She might be your friend.
Yes.
Unfriend.
No, I really appreciate the sacrifices of women. I really think a man sacrifices more than a woman, because a woman is a mother. Yun talaga. That is the greatest sacrifice of a woman, being a mother. And if we look into it, one example is when a woman is pregnant. You know, it kind of gives a setback to the woman, and the man has more chances to advance. So I really think that a woman has more sacrifices than a man.
Tama naman. Charis, ayun. Ayan, nahirapan ako maghanap ng questions, no? Ang daming nagtatanong. Pero, wait, maghanap tayo ng most interesting questions. Please keep writing or typing your questions on the comments. Ayan, naubusan na tayo sa tanong. Ayan, while waiting for the question, ayan, this question na lang po is for you, Miss Bukod. This will wrap up, no, our interview with you guys. Your question is, if you were given a chance to go back in time, which part in your past would you go back to and why?
If I would go back in time, I would go, every memories that I had in the past is very memorable to me. And to go back in time, I don't want to alter any of that, because what am I now represents the past, the things that I've done before, and I will not change anything, and I will not go back in the past just to change, because I am a confident and successful woman right now. Thank you.
Alright, maraming salamat, Miss Bukod, and thank you to our two pairs of candidates, Mr. and Miss Bukod and Mr. and Miss Bugias. Isang masigawang palakpakan, audience. Ayun.